Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Eden Crafters. We're on Nova Terra and we are progressing towards making this place livable. That means we have a few more things to do. So if we go have a look at our crafting guide, we still haven't got to the gold alloy yet, and we need that for conveyor belts V4, which are made with advanced panels, and this is quite a process because gold alloy is just one part. The advanced panels actually need amethyst alloy and ceramic as well. So there's quite a bit of work to do to get that right. At the moment, I want to try and get more of the basic stuff done, and that would mean items that I need to make various machines. For example, I need fast rotors and AI chips for the advanced assembler, and I need fast rotors to make the gem cutters. I also want the better mines, and for that I need laser emitters, AI chips, and diamond drills. Now, one of the things I'd like to do today is get a mine on the uranium, and that needs a tier 3 miner. And that, hang on, let's pin the recipe. That tier 3 miner needs reinforced frames, which we have. There's a problem. I need to increase the production on that, and I have a way to do that. We need a laser emitter. I think I've picked up a few of those. We need AR chips. I've got some of those that I've picked up along the way. And we need a diamond drill, but I don't have diamond drills. And I haven't picked any of those up, and if I have, I've used them. So yeah, here's what we have. And we have laser emitters, so I'll grab those. We have AR chips, I'll grab those, but we don't have the diamond drills, but I do have diamond. So I'm going to grab those diamonds and I'm going to head out to this machine that I put out here. It's a gem cutter, and I'm going to drop those diamonds in, and I'm going to tell this to make me some diamond drills. Now, there are two items that you make out of diamonds. One is the crystal lens, the other is the diamond drill. So let's get some diamond drills going. We don't need any water for this machine, so that's fortunate. And it's working. So we'll get a couple of them, because I want to put these advanced miners on other resources as well. Actually, I don't really want to do too many diamond drills because we're going to automate them shortly. So I'll let that go until it gets to about 10. The other thing that we need to do is continue the planet terraforming, and that will unlock the ability to find large diamond deposits, and I think I have scanners just about everywhere. It will also give us the atmospheric control tower, but we need to build a radiation absorber, and that needs fast rotors. Radiation isolant, I don't know if we use a lot of it anywhere else. Maybe on the nuclear plants we use some. Not sure if I'm going to automate that. So we've got a little bit of a way to go. I think I did pick up some radiation absorbers. Yeah, I've only got like 3 of them. But we do have radiation shields, and I picked up 5, but as we know from the previous episode, those 5, when you put it on you, become 1. So I'm going to have to make another one of those. Anyway, there is a lot to do today, so let's get stuck in. I have the diamond drills. I have 12. I used all 60 of my diamond that I'd picked up, but that's fine. We are going to go and get more diamond. I have oxygen. I have food. I have some antenna with me, which I also need to automate at some point. I have a spare battery, and I have everything else that I need to get myself a tier 3 mine. So let's head over to our uranium deposit that we've found on the hot island, which shouldn't be as hot as it was before, because we've done some work on that. So if we go to the map, right over there, and it's on the cool side of the hot island anyway, but if we go down to the planet analyzer, you can see most of the heat is cleared out, and you can see where we put the climate regulator in the very cold area. That place is also clearing out, so pretty good. I'm going to need to put more of them down because they don't cover a massive area. Anyway, let's go get some uranium. Right, and there is the entrance to the cave where the uranium node is. So, oh, there's water close by as well, so that's great. And I'll park myself over here and start by immediately cleaning some water. So we'll grab the big water purifier and stick it out over there, and that should clear all the water over here. Now we just need 1 refinery, so we don't need a lot of water, but I'll put the big pump in anyway, and I'll try and get it a little bit closer to the entrance. So we'll grab this, and what am I missing? Oh, fast rotors, my word. Okay, well, it's going to be a small one, and we'll pop it over there. Maybe I can just bring that uranium down into this area. It's a little bit flatter. Which reminds me, I also need to sort out a vehicle, a steamroller, so we can flatten things out. And I'll just find my way down to the uranium node, and we're going to get a T3 miner, spin that into this direction, and then grab our belt, and we're going to bring that out. And I will bring it all the way through to where we're going to do the processing. And then I'll just get my drone out and put the belt over there. So then we're going to need a refiner, and we'll just put that over there. We've got a big space over here. We have power. Do we have power? We don't really. Okay, well, we're going to get power. So I'm going to stick down a geothermal plant over here. We may use it elsewhere, so I'll be able to extend it. And then we need a warehouse. So I'll get another T3 warehouse. And I'm missing... No, I'm not going to get a T3 warehouse. I will get just a T1 warehouse. I really need those fast rotors sorted out quickly. So we'll put that over there so we can get some pipes. Now I've been asked, how do I get this right so that I get the right angles? The end of the pipe or belt will align perpendicular with the direction that you're facing. So if I was facing that way, it doesn't work, but I can get it to go like that, and that automatically makes the 90-degree bend, and we can pop that in. It's going to be a little while. It's going to take some time to clean the water, and the uranium is here, and I think what I need to do here, do I need to have uranium purely for anything else? Before I start thinking, let me go bring my plane down here. Okay, it's here. I have oxygen. So I'm just going to run through quickly and see if there's anything that I need unrefined uranium for, because I don't want to split it off if I don't need it. Nope, doesn't look like it. So I can finish these belts, that into there and that over to there, and that will start the refining. All right, we are short of water, but that will sort itself out shortly. And just for the heck of it, I think I'm going to put down a box over here. So we'll get ourselves a living compartment, and we'll throw in an assembly bench. This is going to take a little bit of time because of the problem with the water. I get my drone out and go and make sure the light is working, so that is starting to come together. Yeah, it's got power. The light is working, so it has power. It's just going to take some time to clear this water. So while we're here, let's have a look at the map and see if there's anything else in this area. It doesn't look like it, unless maybe I need to put down a radar in this area because I haven't before. So I'll put one down, see if that makes any difference. Not sure it will. No, nothing else. Rock scan? Boy, there's really very little here. There's phosphorus, but it's way far away from here. Well, water's up to 10% from 2%, so it's working. And I might as well set the recipe. It's going to take some time. As you can see, it's super slow, but it's going up. It's fine. So the reason I want the uranium so badly is firstly because I need to get the nuclear energy cells. That'll be much better for vehicles, better than batteries, and they last 20 times longer, so that's what I want. And we've got some refined uranium. Very slow, but it's there. And you can see the water's already starting to clear. That's good news. The other reason that I want to refine uranium is because eventually we'll have nuclear power plants, and that uses the refined uranium. I am going to grab a little bit of uranium ore out of here because we have something new that we can build that is definitely going to be helpful. And that is the high capacity battery. So I need 5 battery cells, which shouldn't be a problem. We have those, and now I can do one of these. So where the standard battery gave us 70, this will give us 200. And then I can just take off my old one finally and equip that. And as you can see, that's now up to 300. So we'll be able to use our jetpack longer, fly faster. How much do we have? We've got 17 refined uranium in here. I need a bit more than that because I'd like to make probably 5 or 6 of those nuclear energy cells. As you can see, it's starting to come out a little faster now as the water clears. And I don't need the refined uranium anymore because I want those nuclear cells for, first of all, my spaceship, but then I'm also going to make some vehicles. And I'm going to do a steamroller vehicle very soon. If we head down, let's go and see what we need for it. So I want the steamroller that flattens terrain, and that's good for building factories. And I actually have almost everything on me for that. 4 wheels and a controller. Might as well keep it on me. And while I'm waiting for things to happen here, I will get those done. And I have everything to make a steamroller. Yep, they are speeding up. Let's see, how's our water doing? We're at 68%. So the cleaner this water becomes, the faster this will produce. And I suppose I could have a second one in here to speed things up, but it's not really necessary. I only need the 100 water for the refiner. Oh, it looks like I could already make the first 3 nuclear energy cells. So let me do that. Good, those are done. Let's go and replace our batteries. So we hop in here. I will keep these in storage in the ship. In fact, I'm going to keep that one in the ship as well. And then, now we had 10 minutes before. We now have 200 minutes. And 200 minutes is over 3 hours of flight time. Won't have to worry about that for a while. But now, let's just build the steamroller here. This is not where it's going to be used. I'm going to break it down. And we can hit tab, and that also takes 3, so I'm going to make another 3 for this vehicle. And we'll carry this around where we need it. Now, where we're going to go and do the fast rotors, I actually need a flattened out area. It's very, very rugged over there. So I am going to break this down and then just check that I got everything back. It does look like it. Yep, I'll be able to rebuild this on the other side. And I now have 2 nuclear energy cells in my inventory. I just need 1 more, and I have everything I need to do that. Good. And that is that. We are sorted. And this will just keep building up stock. We'll do something with it later. I don't know if we're going to be able to do much with it here, but we are at 100% on the water. The refiner is happy. It's working at 100%. Perfect. So let's fly over. Oh, actually, I need to go back to my main island. I need to break down that gem cutter. I think it's got resources that I need. Yeah, this is going to be a very quick stopover. And we can break this gem cutter down, and we get a whole lot of stuff back. And we can now head out. Where we are going to be going is the big island. I'm going to start working in this area. One of the things that I've been struggling a little bit with is sensor arrays. They take a really long time to make. That's these. So for that, I need an antenna and gold wiring. Now, we're going to need quite a few of these because I think we use a lot of them in the Mark III warehouse. And then we need gold. So we need a place with iron, copper, gold, and there's rubber, so we're going to need to have access to water as well. So yeah, I think let's look for that. If we go to the map, there's not a lot of iron on this island, and it's all fairly far apart, and we're already using that copper deposit. There's copper over here, but there's no gold around here. Yep, no iron around here. Oh wait, here's a good, it's close to water as well. Gold, copper, iron, all in one place. Guess where we are going. Right, so we're going back to the hot island. That's very pretty. And I swear I'll get to those fast rotors. And I've been very lax on them. Procrastination and all. So if we have a look at the map, we're going down there. There's probably no power there, but there's power over here. Those need to be linked. Actually, I've got a wind turbine over here. Let me just sit down for a second. Have a look at the map. We need to be, I'm a little bit too far. Hold on. I'll go just to the north. That should link those two. And then I can bring that power across. Yeah. Okay, to the north. We already have some power over there. Yeah, we've been down to this one. I think we got amethyst in that cave. So, right where we are now, if we put a wind turbine down over here. Now we've connected all of those together. Oh, so I'm going to need to come to the coast over here. So down to the southeast to attach one there and then bring power over to this side. I don't have any wind turbines over here. So yeah, it's quite a tight spot, but we can do that. Let's go and have a look at where this is. I think slow right down. Just down over here. It's quite tight, but I think I could probably do it over here without going in the water. Have a look at the map. Yep, this is a good spot for it. Wind turbine right there. I can get back in my ship and we'll head across over this way. And we have our data center box over here. Look at the map. It's in range. I could go a little bit further, but that's fine. We'll put one down over here. Just there. Back in. I haven't really checked how much power we've got, but I think we've got more than we need in this area. And this extends almost to where we're going. So that's perfect. And it looks like we're at the top of a mountain. Okay, I need to stop right here in this little valley. Wind turbine over there. Check the map. Yep. Okay, this is all covered now, including the water down here. All the water there. It's a bit of a trip, but that's fine. We are going to make this a little bit of a better looking factory. Okay, so there's the copper. Where's that gold? I'll park over here. Yeah, that's perfectly parked. We have a bit of diamond ore over there. We have no rocks in this area, which is fine because when you steamroll, you actually destroy rocks. But I'm going to show you what happens with nodes when we do that. So maybe if we want a big enough area, then I can start at this level. Let's get our steamroller out and we'll put it at that level. And we'll shove, not get in. Let's put the energy cells in. I mean, that's an hour's worth. It should be more than enough, but that's okay. I'll do that. Now we can use a steamroller. We can use our mouse wheel to make the area that we're affecting bigger. Push the button and then start moving. So what's going to happen is the nodes will come to the level that you are steamrolling at. And that is a massive help because you can make your factories pretty nice. Problem is, it takes a little while to flatten an area. Oh, and I need to eat. So I have eaten. And then we need to decide how big this area is going to be and where things are going to go. This one doesn't need to be massive. And the node's up at this level as well. Now, oh dear. Oh, no, wrong. Be careful where you take your finger off the button. Oops. I fell and I cannot get out. Right? I might be able to, but I'm not going to be able to get up, am I? Oh, I am. These vehicles are pretty good. And with that, we now have a working area. Now I need to figure out where the gold is. And that is up to the north. So let's just... Is that it up there? Oh, it is. Okay, so we're going to bring this level down, and that will drop the node as well. Perfect. I'll have a little bit of extra space cleared out over here, just to do the initial processing of this gold. Okay, so yeah, there's some places like this, it doesn't look like it's level, but it is. Right, so let's pull out over here, get out of the vehicle. I'm going to need a place to get oxygen, and this is still a super hot area. If we have a look at the planet's analyzer, we are over there. Yeah, I think we need to put in another climate regulator down here. Yeah, I'll just move my ship into a better position. This area may not be big enough for everything I want to do. Okay, so there's water down close on this side. Yeah, we're definitely going to need a bigger area because we also need to make rubber. That area will do for the rubber, and then we can just belt it up. Okay, well, I'm going to jump down there, and we can start getting the water cleaned. So we'll grab one of these big ones and stick it out into the ocean, and we have enough space to do the rubber. And that's where we came from, pretty high up, but we have energy, and we have a jetpack. So getting up there shouldn't really be a problem. There we go, got all the way up, and we didn't even use half of our power. All right, so we got two sections. We got one section to make the antenna, and I think we could probably do that over on this side. Let's just have a look and see if it's still too hot to build here. Yep, it is. Okay, so climate regulator is going to be a thing. And if I have enough stuff for it, which I might not because, yeah, I don't have the sensor arrays. So I'll be making the sensor arrays here. Might have to come back for that. I won't put a container down here then. But yeah, on this side over here is where I'll make the antenna. And they're pretty easy. It's just iron rods and copper plates. So I'm going to put the T2 miners. Why? Must be placed on a large... That is a large deposit. Oh no, don't tell me that there's... Okay, it works over here, but for some reason it's not working on the copper. Oh, wait, there, I found it. Maybe I was just too far away. Alright, let's rotate. We'll put that over there, and then this in over here. We will need a forge or two. Let's split it. The splitter is in, the forge is now there, and that one's in the wrong place. One annoying thing about this game is having to rotate. That will go in. Yeah, it only rotates in one direction and it does it slowly. Alright, there's the copper ingots. We need to merge those and turn them into copper plates. But first, oxygen. And with that done, back over here. And pop the merger in, get a parts producer. I'm almost tempted not to merge this, because I do want to keep antenna. Do I need to keep antenna as well? I don't know. No, I want to maximize the sensor arrays. I mean, I can make mergers if I need to. Now I'm going to do this one. Oh, that's a merger. I don't want that. I want the splitter. I don't really need to do this because it only takes one iron ingot to make the iron rods, but I'm going to split it anyway. That means I'm going to need to move a couple of things maybe, or maybe I'll just come around the corner. We'll do that, and then merge like that, and then I'll bring the parts producer around this side, going in that direction, and then I need to connect all the belts. So that there, that there, that there, and bring all the belts into where they need to be. And we'll just get that at a nice 90 degree, and bring that into there, and then we're going to bring this one around. Not sure where it's going to land up exactly, because we need to put these into an assembler machine, which is going to go right over there. And my vehicle's in the way. Let's see if it moves. Well, it does, sort of. So this is going to make copper plates, and this one is going to make iron rods, and the last piece of belt going in there, this one will make the antenna. There we go, we have antenna, finally. So the next thing we need to do is a little bit more involved, because we need to get the gold over to this area, because I think I'm going to put the warehouse over here. So we need to get the gold into this area. We also need to get the rubber done, and brought up into this area. So let me sort out my oxygen. Let's move the ship slightly. And I'm going to jump down the hill. I'm going to set up some water pumps. Oh, actually, water pumps. What do I need for that? Actually, no, I'm not going to do... It's just rubber that we need. It's not the rubber belts. So yeah, 2 greenhouses. That should be fine. Yeah, so 1 simple pump. All right, let's do this thing. There's the pump. That light is on, so it's getting power. We have a look at the map. Power does reach out there. Good. Then we need 2 greenhouses. And I will put them... Let's see... there and there. So I need my hub to be around there. Pipe that into there. This pipe can go around this way. Plug into that. This one can come around this way and into there. Right, so we'll get organic. Then these each need their own parts producers. So I'm going to do them... Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to face them forward and then we can... actually, this one I'm going to face in that direction. And this one I'm going to bring... Can I bring it around? No, I can't. That will have to go straight ahead. And then I'll merge them like that. And take that up the hill. These belts are going to be a little steep in places. I think I might be a bit close for that with that merger. Or maybe just a bit steep. So I will bring that over to there. Belts that into there. This one into there. Alright, that works. And then I need to fly up the hill with the belt. Water's 10% pure. I'm hot. I need oxygen. So let's attach this belt in there and fly up. And see where we can come out that doesn't look horrible. Like maybe over here. Well, it works. And my oxygen is topped up again. And I didn't set those machines at the bottom to make rubber, so that was a bit silly. Although we are not getting a lot of organic yet. That'll come. Not a problem. So rubber there and rubber here. Good start. Water 10%. What are you doing out there? I can't get close enough to see what it's doing. I'm going to try from a different angle. Still can't reach. Huh. Alright, well, we'll have faith that things are going to work. It's still at 10%. Wow, it's at 9%. Alright, well, just for safety, I'll put down a pole over there. That light was on, so I assumed it was working, but it really doesn't seem to be moving from the 9%. Is it something to do with the heat, maybe? I don't know. I really don't want to make any more. It's not improving. Okay, I'm short of oxygen, so maybe what I'll do is just put another one in. I mean, they're both working. It's just not improving. Strange. And it could have something to do with the heat, but I'm not sure. I will go back down and check. If I have to craft those sensor arrays, so be it. So let me top up my oxygen. You know, I could just build a reinforced container over here. Just slap it in between all of this. And we'll set up the gold. So we need gold wire. And gold wire takes gold ingots and rubber. So we'll put down a mine first, like that. And this will be producing 120 per minute, which I think is only enough for 1 forge. So we don't need to split and do all of that stuff. So we'll put that over there, and then a parts producer. Oh wait, it's not a parts producer, it's an assembly machine, right? And I will allow space for that belt to come around. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll bring this straight out of there, and then attach that belt, bring it down this way, and plug that in. So that will be the gold ingots and the rubber to make gold wiring. So that's both components ready. There is a bit of rubber. Definitely seems to be a problem with the ability to clear the water down there. And then let's get a... I would like to have a tier 3 warehouse. So wait, where is it there? But yeah, I could actually build one. But I think I'm going to hold on to those fast rotors. I don't have the quantum processors with me either. I could craft them, but nah. Tier 2 warehouse, we have everything that we need to build one of these. So I might as well. I'll put it over here. And then the final assembler will go... I don't suppose it really matters where it goes. I'll put it over here. We'll bend the belt into it. So this will come through and go to there. That belt into there. And then this one will have to come out a little. Cross this way. Right down there. And then plug that in. And that will then start making sensor arrays. As soon as we have the antenna come in, there we go. It's starting. And I will bring this belt out like that and plug that straight into there. Now, if anything else does need the antenna, I can always split this line and pop it in there. But we have our first sensor array in there. So if I hang around here long enough, the water does look like it's clearing. I'm going to head down. Maybe it's just going slowly. I don't know. Hop in here, get my oxygen sorted out, have some food, and then we'll go down the mountain. Ah, there we go. It's at 39% now. All right, perfect. So when I have some more sensor arrays, then maybe I can put down another one of these climate regulators just in this area. I don't know if I have to, but I think it's probably a good idea. Because on the planet analyzer, we are over there in that little area, and it would be the perfect place to have one of these climate regulators. We also need to put one in the middle of this desert in the big hot island. And perhaps what I can do before I get to the fast rotors is get a little bit of radiation cleanup going. I have fast rotors. I have some, but I need 20 radiation isolate, and that needs that needs osmium ingots. Right. I'm not putting those into storage anywhere, because we're kind of using the osmium almost everywhere. That one might be able to do it. And we are going to put a mine on that diamond deposit so we can have a warehouse over here. Can't remember if I was going to use this for anything else. Oh, look at that. There's uranium right near our factory in the desert. I could always come back to that. But in the meantime, maybe I'll use it to stock up some osmium ingots. Although, like I said, we don't need I don't know if we need a heck of a lot of radiation isolate. Oh, these sensor arrays are going so slowly. I'm going to grab those and I'm going to make sensor arrays. So we'll put an assembly machine like we've done before. I have all the antenna I need, so 40 sensor arrays. And that is the end of the sensor arrays. They are all done. Before I build that, let's have a look at our power situation. We are okay. We are making almost 1900 megawatts and we're using 1000. So we've got capacity. I don't need to build another geothermal plant. If we go to the map, I am right there. Should I go to the other side? No, I think I'll put the climate regulator up over here. Wait, is that a node? There might be a bit of phosphorus around here. Not a problem. We'll put that in there and that will start sorting this area out. And as the rubber production speeds up, so the gold wiring will speed up. We have plenty of gold ingots. It's really just the rubber holding us back. And actually, I could probably have used more. No, it literally is the organic is coming out way too slowly. And that is almost at 100%. So why is it so slow? It's producing 60 per minute. I might have to rethink how I set up my rubber production. But yeah, to speed this up, I might need to put in a couple more. How much oxygen do I have? I have enough. I'll get another small pump and we'll get 2 more of these in over here. We'll get a hub over there. Pop some pipes in so that they look sort of decent. I didn't get that one squared up. That wasn't good. Same with this then. Alright, just going to wind that in. Same thing with these. I'm going to have to put another merger in somewhere. Put those in. Belt that in there. That in there. Get this merger going over here. Belt that into that side. This into there. And then I'm going to need to merge this again. I'll have to break some belt out. Oh well. And we'll merge that to there. Belt that in to that port. This one into that port. And then try and find the end of that. Oh, I'm going to need to walk. And I'm running out of oxygen to there. And I need to fly up very quickly. But it's pretty fast with a jetpack. Okay, that should double the rubber production. I have to wait and see what comes up. First, yes, I need to go back down and set these recipes. Rubber and rubber. Oh wait, we seem to have a blockage. What's going on here? I have to redo these belts, maybe. Does that work? No. Oh no, this is too steep. Or maybe... Oh, you know what? It's not there. It's up here. I haven't connected it into this line properly. Yeah, I missed it. Now let's try that again. And that should get everything running. Yes, there we go. Oof, got a heck of a lot coming up. All that backup. Oh, that's fine. Oh, we'll just wait to see if it all starts coming up. Yep, there it is. And that will speed up the gold wire. Climate regulator's up. 42% done. And the sun is coming up. Anyway, oh, look at that. Gold wiring is coming through at a rate of knots now. And that means that we are getting sensor arrays much faster. Excellent. So that's one more thing off the list. Now let's go head over to the big island. That is that one over there. And if we have a look at the map, we are going into this little valley over here. for a start, we need to get those diamond drills, and we might as well get some osmium ingots in storage. And that is all in this little valley over here. Yeah, the diamond deposit is inside that cave. The osmium is right here. So I will land around here. And we have oxygen inside this place, so we can check that out. There's some iron. There's osmium. Let's drag the diamonds out, and we can split that up and make 2 products. And that's not too far in. And I have everything that I need to do a T3 miner. Let me just rotate this just like that. Get the belt in, and we'll drag this outside. And I will bring it up to about here-ish. Let's just see, where is that line going? Yeah, I'll bring it to there. It does cut through this building. Well, it's under it. As long as it brings the stuff out, that's all that's important. So, we will need a gem cutter. Or 2, actually. And we'll put 1... I don't think I have enough for 2, do I? Oh, maybe I do. Let's just check the recipes in here. We have crystal lens and the diamond drill. It's going to be really slow. We're going to need to split this belt. May need to find another place to do one of these and cut one of them off eventually, because this will be super slow, although I don't need much of either of them. We'll grab a splitter and we'll put that in over here. Then I can break this belt back a bit, and hopefully it doesn't take it too far back. I hope it didn't break it underneath the building. That will be a pain. Oh gosh, it looks like it did. How annoying is that? Did it make a little cave? Maybe I can still do this. Yeah, I can. So we'll bring it to here, and then just let it turn in. Then we can do this and this, and we can say, all right, you are going to do the crystal lenses, and you are going to do the diamond drills, and they will happen slowly, but they will happen. And then I can put a little warehouse down. I think I'll just do a tier 1. Just about there. Oh, I should move my ship. That's going to end up getting swallowed. I think I might have half lost my ship. There we go. Park it on the roof. No, not going to do that. I'll put it down by the osmium. Now, I don't know how permanent this is going to be either, but we'll put a miner on. I think I'll just use a tier 2 miner for this. This is just to get some osmium ingots in storage. So it doesn't need to be a huge construction effort. That in there. We'll bring this around. Come on, square up there. And then that goes in there. And then we can bring these 2. 1 in there and 1 in over there. And then in case there's anything else I want to do here, I've got a couple of extra ports. There we go. That's all good. To head to the north, because this is going to be a bit of a bigger project, and I left my steamroller on the other side. Give me a second. Alright, now the thing is, I'm not sure if I break this down with the energy cells, will I lose the energy cells? I don't know, so I'm not going to do that. I'll take the energy cells out, and then I will deconstruct this. And I've got everything back, and we can head back to the hot island. But I'm not going back to where I was, I'm going to this area. And I may not get the fast rotors finished today, but at least I'll get the area prepped, because we are going to need to bring in iron into this area if we're going to do that. And I think I might want to do it by train. So it'll be our first look at trains. And also I'd like to maybe put a climate regulator into this hot zone, like right in the middle of it, but we'll get there. First of all, where are we going? We are going in over here. Are we? I already have something built there. Yeah, we're right here. This is where I'm going to build. There's the gold. There's the osmium. All right, let's sort this out. And we're going to need to bring water through here as well. It shouldn't be too difficult. It's a long way, but that's fine. And then I'll level this area out. So let's grab our vehicle and put the energy cells in. This might be here for a little while. And then I'm going to level things out and bring those nodes up to this level as well. And there's the osmium up to this level. Good. And there is our gold node. So now we can kind of see, there's the osmium, there's the gold. And I need to eat. All good. And try not to fall in the hole. Yeah, that's quite a nice big area that we've cleared. And if we're going to bring trains in, we are going to need a pretty large area. Alright, let's hop into the ship, get some oxygen, and decide how we're going to do this. So, fast rotors need osmium and iron to make the gear assemblies. We need graphite to make the graphite rods, or graphene to make the graphite rods. Then we need gold wiring, so the gold and rubber, which means we need water. Right now we have gold and we have osmium. And I need to see how far away the graphite is. Alright, so we've got graphene relatively close by. If we have a look at the map, we have some over there. That's also going to need water. And that's fun because the closest water is all the way over there. Let's see, where is that graphite node? Actually, there's one on the way to the water. Oh, actually, there are a whole bunch right there, just to the north of where I am. Let's go and see exactly where those are. Oh, they're right here. Okay, now I don't want to level all the way to here because then I'll lose them. But I can get closer and make this whole place look a little neater. And then I can bring the water to sort of this area. So let's hop in the vehicle and go a little closer. Maybe remove this big rock. Yep, there we go. And there are the 2 graphite nodes. So I'm not going to go any further than this. And this whole area is now flattened. It's a big area now. And I am going to hop out of the vehicle, get some oxygen. Okay, this is a bigger build. It's going to take a while to do. I don't have a lot of time left in this episode. So instead of all of that, I'm going to head over to the middle of this very hot zone. And I think I might be like right in it. We have a look at the map. Almost. Probably somewhere near that sulfur node is the middle. Not sure if I'm going to be able to handle the heat because I've only got one cooling module on me. Let's have a look. It's flashing. It's not happy. But we have enough sensor arrays to put one of these down. I just don't know if I have enough power to do that. Probably not. Let's have a look at our map. Power is over there. Right, so I need to go and get that attached. That is right about where I am. So let me stop over on this hill, or maybe just over on the edge. We'll put down a wind turbine over here, and maybe I'll put in a geothermal plant over here. So wind turbine there, take off again. I'm going to put in a geothermal plant in here. Make sure there's no other nodes around. There aren't. So geothermal plant right over there. And that should start sorting this area out. Then I'm going to head down. I think I've got an assembler in one of these huts, maybe both of them. Let's head over here. Yeah, I've got one. So I want to do the radiation cleanup, and I need 20 radiation isolate for that. And I have everything that I need because I'm putting those osmium ingots in storage now. So we'll do 20 of those. So with that, I'm able to put down a radiation absorber. That takes 1,000 megawatts. I'm going to need more power. That's fine. We will head out. Oh, right. Before I go, I can't really go into that area without getting myself a couple of these. And I need radiation isolate for that as well. So let's do 2 of them. I know I had some at the other base, but I'm not going to travel all the way back there. And I might not need 2 of these radiation shields. I don't know. That means I need to just make myself some more radiation isolate to cover that. Right, everything is done. Let's replace a cooling module. Is that a good idea? I don't know yet. We'll replace a warming unit with some radiation shield because I don't think that's a cold area. And we're going to head over to this location, which is right over in about that direction. And I'm going to get as close to the middle, so probably around there to the east of this cobalt deposit. We're almost there, somewhere down in front of us around here. I don't know what kind of range this thing has, but yeah, right here. And if I get out, I'm okay. That one radiation shield was fine. We need to put this radiation absorber over here somewhere, and that uses 1,000 megawatts, so yeah, we're going to definitely need to add some power in here. And if we have a look at the map, we are pretty far away from where that power is, so most likely 2 geothermal plants. So I'll pop those in over here, and that will drive this. We're just going to have a look at the planet analyzer. We need to cleanse 200 CI of radiation, and I'm really hoping that one of these radiation absorbers manages to do that for me. And I'm also hoping that it covers this whole area. That would be great. But now, while those are building, I don't need to be here. There is something that I saw before. In fact, what am I doing? I don't think I have a radar in this area. So let's land. We'll put down a radar. There we go. And if we have a look at the map now, okay, it was uranium inside that cave, I think. And we've unlocked an area with a few bits and pieces, all the basic stuff, uranium, and chances are, it depends on where we decide to build the city, because the city needs a lot of power. And I was quite tempted to build a city over in the desert area for a change of pace, and try and green that up a bit. I mean, it's possible. if we regulate the temperature in this area, then maybe we could get away with putting the city there, because there is uranium over here, and we can connect all the factories on this island. It looks like there's going to be quite a few, because we need a uranium deposit. Unless we're going to ship it by train, we need a large uranium deposit fairly close to where we're going to build the city. There's uranium on this green island. We could do that as well. Wait, is that a uranium deposit? I think I missed that when I went to that cave that had the uranium in. Actually, I think that cave was more over here. Maybe. Anyway, it looks like our radiation absorber is built. And if we go to the planets analyzer, we're at 52 out of 200. And that yellow area should start disappearing a little bit. That will unlock locations for more diamond deposits. That will be important. But more important, the atmospheric control tower. Now, this is probably also going to use a heck of a lot of power. But we might as well go and have a look at that cave, which is right over here, because there is a place here. There are miners. It looks like just a normal T1 miner. There's a refiner. There's a couple of those. It looks really weird at night in this area with the radiation. What do we got in here? I'll take the saw blades. Wait, am I making saw blades yet? I've forgotten about that. I think I have. Oh, yes, I was going to make it where the fast rotors are being made. Oh, we can have another vehicle. Take those as well. And definitely the food, which I could have a bite of right now. And there is another message. It's Anatoly again. I saw it. A bloom of fire just passed the atmosphere. That was the escape vessel. It never made it. The particle? Maybe it corrupted their navigation. Their shielding. I begged this guy to lie to me, but I know what I saw. Yeah, it didn't make it. Those people all passed on. Very sad. And Anatoly stuck around and he cleared the atmosphere of whatever that particle was, so that my life would be easier when I got here. What a legend. Right, so we have sapphire, we have uranium, and somewhere in here we have a uranium node, and it's very deep. And there are some crates over here. So not a lot in that one. I'll take the radiation isolant. I don't need any of the other stuff. And I'll take the reinforced frames just because. But there you go. Large uranium deposit. Don't know if I need it yet. Let's have a look further down, see if there's anything else in this cave. No, just uranium ore and sapphire. Let's see if we're getting any closer. We're at 136. Is it still climbing? Please tell me it's still climbing, because, yeah, this is still yellow. So it means it hasn't done cleaning this area. And this is still going up. So I'm going to head to where we are going to be doing the fast rotors, because that'll be our home for a little while. And here we are as the sun rises. We got the gold, we got the osmium. So we could already start making the saw blades. I have so many of them on hand, and we don't need a heck of a lot of them. So I'm not sure that I want to slow down my fast rotor production by making saw blades, because the saw blades need osmium alloy, which uses osmium and gold. And that's both of these things. But it's more important for the fast rotors. And there's the completion of terraformation stage 7, access to the atmospheric control tower. There it is. That needs some laser emitters, so we need to get something on a ruby deposit. But we have everything else for it, although it uses 5,000 power. That's huge. That on its own is an entire nuclear plant, which makes 5,600 power and uses 300 water. So yep, we are definitely going to be having nuclear plants on this island. And most likely we'll have some over here. Because if I'm not mistaken, you only need one of those on the map. I could be wrong, but I seem to remember one of them you only need one, and it's definitely not the climate regulator. So the next task would be, oh, there's the water filtration boat. That's where the fun starts. But we have to build an atmospheric control tower to bring the planet's atmosphere down to at least 50%. So we'll do that. We'll start doing that in the next episode. We need a nuclear plant, and the nuclear plant needs radiation isolant. I've got nuclear reactors, so we're not going to have a problem there. Yeah, it'll be pretty easy, I think. And we can finally get the fast rotors done as well. We have a nice big area cleaned out. I can get rid of that rock because I don't need it. The biggest thing here is probably going to be getting the water into this area. But that is where I'm going to leave this one. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. And I don't think I was too close to the edge on battery power or oxygen in this episode. So yeah, no major issues. But yeah, in the next episode, fast rotors. This will be a bit of a job, but not major. And then getting that nuclear power plant probably in this area, because our power does stretch to there. So yeah, we could have it up here. And then we could also, in somewhere in this area, put the atmospheric control tower. So something good to look forward to. But thank you very much for joining me. And until the next time, Cheers!